Hawks win, and they finally end the losing streak. Thank you, Blackhawks, and thank you, young players of the team. This morning in my preview video, I said the young players are going to want to step it up and outplay the Kings, and they did. Alex DeBrincat and Dylan Strome, who were technically on the fourth line, had a big night and showed it. The Hawks beat the Kings 5-1 in the Madhouse on Madison to end the rough streak of Hawks hockey. So let's get into this review because it was a great game to watch, and I'm happy to say Hawks win finally after a long, rough week for Blackhawks hockey. In the game, as you heard, DeBrincat and Strome had a big game. They recorded 3 goals and 3 primary assists in this game. That's really good numbers right there for the Hawks. They needed those 2 players to step it up, and they did, and they showed that they want to play well. Dylan Strome had a big game. Cat had a big game. Nylander actually had a really strong performance out there today. And even Kirby Dach. He played well as well. The young players showed up and played well. The main core, they did play well too, but did not get any points out of it. Kane's on his long point drought. So let's get into the goals of the game. Why not? In the first period, scored by number 17, Dylan Strome, his 2nd of the season, 1st of the night, assisted by number 12, Alex DeBrincat, and number 68, Slater Cuckoo, to give the Hawks a 1-0 lead in the first period at 2:31 in the period. Really good, strong start by the Hawks. They outplayed the Kings by a long shot. The entire Hawks lineup was actually playing good hockey all around in the entirety of the game. Third period, they did kind of sit back a little bit, but we'll talk about that when we get to the third period. This was a good performance by the Hawks. Let's talk about the face-off numbers, why not, and shots on net. The Kings outshoot the Blackhawks 39-26, but the Hawks beat them 5-1. Face-off percentage, it was split even. It was 50% each side. Kings had a slight edge, 50.9%. The Hawks had a 49.10%. So really, they both had a 50% face-off rating. Each power play did not do anything. 0 for 3 for the Kings, 0 for 2 for the Blackhawks. Yes, the power play sucks, I know, so let's not talk about that. The Hawks win. Penalty minutes, the Kings had 6, the Hawks had 8 hits. The Hawks out-hit the Kings 45-35. Block shots, the Hawks had 20. The Kings had 9. The Hawks defense showed up well. And speaking of the defense, Brent Seabrook was healthy scratch today, and they played well, which is a shame. I'm a Seabrook fan still, so it's a shame not to see Seabs out on the ice. Giveaways, Hawks had 14, Kings had 13, so about even. Takeaways, the Hawks had 15, the Kings had 12. Hawks out-defended the Kings pretty well today. Total shots on net in the first period, though, the Hawks had 12, the Kings had 11. Second period, Kings with 12, Hawks with 8. 16 shots for the Kings in the third period, 6 for the Hawks. So, right there, 39 for the Kings, 26 for the Hawks. But the Hawks played well in the entire game, except for the third period, as I said. So let's get to more of the goals. And we go to the second period, since there was only 1 goal scored in the first period, and that was the Dylan Strome. Beautiful goal set up by Alex DeBrincat, I have to say. Cat to sauce a puck right over to Strome's stick. He deked right into the slot and shot it right over Jack Campbell's glove. So, in the second period we go. At 2:26 in the second period. Score by number 64, David Camp. His first of the season. Assisted by number 92, Alex Nylander. And number 8, Dominic Kubalik. To give the Hawks a 2-0 lead. This was a battle up at the net, and Camper gets it in, and Hawks make it a 2-0 lead over the Kings. Nice job with the Hawks play. Here we go again at 15:55 in the second period. Scored by number 17, Dylan Strome. His third of the season, second of the night, and assisted by number 12, Alex DeBrincat, to give the Hawks a 3-0 lead over the LA Kings. This was a nice play by the Cat and Strome. Cat feeds it right up to Strome, and Strome buries it, giving the Hawks a 3-0 lead at the 15:55 mark in the second period. Nice job there. So at 19:02 in the second period, so less than a minute remaining in the period, scored by number 12, Alex DeBrincat. His third of the season, assisted by number 17, Dylan Strome. And number 22, Ryan Carpenter, to give the Hawks a 4-0 lead over the LA Kings with a minute remaining in the second period. This was a great play by the Hawks. Carpenter set it all up. He took the puck from behind the net of Jack Campbell, gets it right to Strome. Strome feeds it up to Cat. Cat snipes it and gets the Hawks a 4-0 lead in the second period. So at the end of 4-0 Hawks. All good is in Chicago. So we go to the third period. At 3:35 in the third period, scored by Walker of the LA Kings, his third of the season, assisted by Isopolo and Wagner to make it a 4-1 Hawks lead. Right there in the first few minutes of the period, the Hawks looked like they were trying to sit back and just let the game play out and not play hockey. They were on their heels, I noticed, in the first about 5 minutes of the third period, and they allowed a goal. Leonard played on his head, and he shows it in this third period, though. So at 17:53 in the third period, here we go again. Number 91, Drake Caggiula, his third of the season, assisted by number 68, Slater Cuckoo, and number 88, Patrick Kane. Yes, Kaner ends his pointless drought, and we get a goal to end it, to make it 5-1 Hawks, and this was off a tip-in for the Jewels. Drake was battling right up front of the net, and he gets a tip-in off of a shot from Slater Cuckoo. Kaner sauced the puck right over to Cuckoo. Cuckoo one-tees it, and it gets tipped off the toe of Drake Caggiula and goes into the net to make it a 5-1 Hawks win. And it's all great in Chicago after a rough week, as I've said in the beginning of this video. So, Hawks come in and get a win. They needed it. The young guys showed up and they played well. The Hawks did play probably one of their more complete team games this season, and they looked well out there. So maybe we expect the same lineup on Tuesday. Don't know if Seabrook will come back in, even though they played well today. I still feel like Seabrook will probably find himself back into the lineup on Tuesday night. But I want to hear what your thoughts were from tonight's game, because it was a good game by the Hawks standards. And the 3 stars of the night, I was surprised on one of them. It was Alex Nylander getting the 3rd star of the night. I would have probably given the 3rd star to Slater Cuckoo. He played well today. But Alex Nylander with 1 assist gets the 3rd star of the night. 2nd star of the night, number 12, Alex DeBrincat with a goal and 2 assists. It was Cat had a game. He had a great game for himself today. And then for the 1st star, everyone would have expected it with 2 goals and 1 assist. Number 17, Dylan Strome. So, a big game by the Hawks. A much needed win by the Hawks. And they now go on the road to start a 4-game road trip. And here we go. Hopefully the Hawks get those wins. But after a big win over the LA Kings, this was a nice one to see. So, thank you for watching the broadcast. I know you enjoyed the outcome. And please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, let's go Hawks, and Hawks win, Hawks win.